Hi everyone. Right now in this video, I'm going to talk about some of the different signs that happened in my twin flame journey, which confirmed to me that it was a twin flame connection that was going on. Every twin flame couple will likely have a different set of experiences that they undergo. So it's not necessary that all of these things might happen in your journey, but if at least 50% of this maybe is happening in your journey, it is possible that you are also experiencing a twin flame connection. A twin flame connection can be quiet, puzzling. Sometimes it may make you feel as if you're going a little bit crazy, because some of the synchronicities and signs can be pretty bombarded at us towards us by the universe in order to wake us up. And in those moments, we might wonder what is going on if we haven't read about twin flames or heard about twin flames, or if we never ever experienced such type of relationship in the past. A twin flame connection is quite unlike anything you will ever experience. People say it's a difficult relationship, and it's difficult not because it's difficult as in a toxic, abusive relationship, but it is difficult because it has got to do with our own self healing, our own acceptance of our own shadow side, acceptance of the things that we have done in the past that has got us into a guilt or shame or regret or anger or sadness or any number of human emotions about our own lives. So, meeting a twin flame can awaken you into examining your own self, because they can be a mirror to you in some ways, sometimes consciously and sometimes very subconsciously. They will be a mirror to you even when you're not in contact with each other. There will be some mirroring going on, and which is where they're basically holding yourself, making you hold yourself accountable to the things that have happened in your life, and making you realize how to be a better human being, how to change yourselves in ways that can help you connect better to your soul purpose. Meeting my twin flame was one of the best experiences I have had. Initially, it was very magical, which is and people undergo a phase called the bubble phase, where things are very sweet, very perfect. And but slowly, because of our doubts and insecurities and other social programming that we have undergone in our life, in this lifetime and or even in past lifetimes, because of all those wounds that are there in our soul, we tend to separate, because it's not easy to face those issues when you're talking to your twin flame. They will either inadvertently trigger something in you, or the universe actually orchestrates certain situations in your lives where people will be making certain choices that will not be right for the relationship, and because of such choices, one or the other or both of them will get triggered in the end, and which usually causes the separation to happen. And again, in those separation times, you have to really work hard on healing yourself, healing your wounds, connecting to your soul, higher self, connecting to God, trusting God, because God is usually the one who brings you together, and He's the one who actually does the separation as well. And while you go through the journey of self discovery, you discover things about yourself and your twin flame that then helps you again heal and be whole enough to be together with each other. Unless you're whole within yourself, it is very hard to be able to have a good relationship with your twin flame. And this part is actually true of any relationship, even if you are not a twin flame. In any wholesome relationship, even when it is a soulmate relationship, it is important that we feel whole within ourselves. We don't have any thing like ego driving us, our decisions. When the soul drives our decisions, that is the time when we are making the best choices in our life, because our soul or our higher self usually knows what is best for us. And so, if we trust our higher selves, if we start connecting to our higher self, if we start working on the decades of energies or centuries of dark energies that are within us, which prevent us from connecting to the divine within us, that is when we can go and become better versions of ourselves. And that is when we are ready to be in a good relationship with anyone. Modern society has a lot of difficult relationships. The reason why divorces and other things are also happening so much in our lives is because we have forgotten how to heal ourselves. We have forgotten how to work through the issues that have been in our energy system for years and years. It's centuries of karma which has come in our system, not only because we may have had past lives on this earth, but if you don't even believe in the concept of past lives, and if you want to just look at it scientifically, think about your ancestors. Even like, great 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 grandfather or great 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 grandmother of yours lived in a society which was very different from the society we live in currently. And those their societies had a certain set of paradigms how men and women functioned, and because of which there were a lot of discriminations that happened, not only for men but women. And basically women didn't have as many rights. There used to be women used to be considered as property in many countries and religions and regions of the world. So there was always a lot oppression of the feminine aspect of not just in women, but even the feminine aspect in a man was also oppressed a lot. Like, most societies consider it not a great thing if a guy expresses his emotion via tears. Slowly things are changing. We are becoming accepting of women and men, boys and girls behaving the same way. It's okay to express anger. It's okay to cry. It's okay to express our emotions. But because over the centuries people have not learned how to express themselves in a healthy manner, that's why a lot of our emotions are oppressed. A lot of things in our lives are suppressed and repressed. Many people, if they have a different kind of sexuality, they were oppressed from expressing it to the world. That is one kind of a conditioning that could be there in someone. There is as I said, the emotions have been oppressed and repressed. There could be in our ancestors, those ancestors who had to really fight great wars to sustain themselves, or ancestors who had to go through famine and drought and other climatic changes that caused them to fight for food. So we all became a dog eat dog type of a society where we are always struggling against food and money and love and women and finding a love interest, finding someone to marry, becoming rich. All those, everything became a struggle because there was someone in your ancestral history who has struggled for it. So if we start healing ourselves, we can first step is to start healing ourselves. And as you start to heal yourself, you also start to take parts of your ancestral journey which you have been born to heal. So for example, for me, there is a bit of sibling rivalry that existed in my life when I was growing up. And then there was also I faced jealousy as a kid because I was not the pretty one in my cousins. And so I always used to feel a little bit discriminated. It's not that they were intentionally doing anything. I love my cousin sisters a lot, and I am in awe of their beauty. But I also faced that situations where others would compare us and others would make me feel different from them. So, I had to heal through those kind of wounds. Or even, when I got married, I was married previously for a very short while. And in that scenario, also, it happened that, my husband would devote more attention towards my cousin or my best friend, and he would seem to and tend to listen to their words more than, listening to anything I would ever ask of him, or even, a simple request would be seemingly ignored. So that is like the illusion of the world, where when you are in relationships and sometimes, your own insecurities get mirrored by your spouse or your life partner. And that is what happened to me. But at that time, I felt that immense jealousy over things. So for me, that is one example of a thing in my ancestral history that I have to heal, I have to work on. It is my own, on by working on my issues. Slowly, I worked on my issues. Then I realized what were the issues in my ancestral history. Some of it I have got as guidance, some of it I have got as clear cognizance. So, different ways in which I understood finally, like, this is a part of my family history that I have to work on healing. So, similarly, all twin flames will likely have some soul purpose like that. It can be related to their family healing, it can be related to the world healing, it can be related to just showing the world by existing as a good twin flame couple how true love can be, how unconditional love can be. In my previous video, also, I gave 3 examples of twin flame couples, and you can see that despite their differences, how they are made for each other. That is the reason why I gave those examples, so people can have an idea of how twin flame relationships can be when they are in the phase when the couples are together. Of course, before these guys got together, before these couples got together, there is a whole other journey a twin flame soul has to take. And I'm trying to address parts of that journey with these videos. So keep watching my videos and give me a like and a thumbs up if you like them and if you enjoy them. And have a good night. Bye.